Larry?
Yes.
I think Ned was looking for some guidance on another issue. It has to do with the ordinance that's,
Yeah, it's not on your agenda tonight, but has to do with Thursday night's water supply ordinance. I did, staff did draft a memo for the board to review and look at and see which direction you wanted to take. How do you want this presented to the counselors at that meeting? Is it just a letter going into them?
The meeting
Is
is
there-
Monday,
Thursday night at 7 o'clock at JFK?
this Thursday.
Or is it actually statements made during
Well,
a block of time that they're gonna give us?
I don't know if this email has gone to everybody or not, but.
It has.
I got it.
So we can have up to 10 minutes.
that's a different email.
Okay.
I didn't
Dave
see that.
Narkowitz plans that we could have up to 10 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
you could read that statement within the 10 minutes, or you could do that and give them a hard copy handout for their future reference.
And again, I haven't read it yet because I wasn't.
While you were on the, I guess my concerns would be that the ordinance is not inadvertently worded in such a way that, for example, if we wanted to put solar up on top of a capped landfill, they could point to that and say, well, nope, that's clearly not allowed. Or if we wanted to do composting or some kind of organics, recycling or composting, or
Something.
leaf and yard waste collection. All of those things look, I mean, for someone in the neighborhood who's hoping that absolutely nothing will happen there, ever, a somewhat loosely worded ordinance would give them some reason to challenge.
Well, something to hold.
Yeah. For example, I think the ordinance speaks of a facility.
Right.
Well, almost anything could be construed to be a facility.
I don't think I'd want to close the door on a solar farm, or I wouldn't want to close the door on leaf and yard waste. I don't think I'd want to close the door on a recycling center or a transfer station, or I don't think I'd want to close the door on the city's utilization of it. I think it's the landfill part that I think is the issue.
Right.
But I don't think I would want to go along with anything that would tell the city that they couldn't put a solar farm on there, or anything, or continue generating electricity with the gas. In my eyes, that would be senseless.
So that was a concern, just that
Yeah.
the wording was carefully chosen so that just the one issue was dealt with, whether
Yeah.
there's a landfill there or not. That
Yeah.
was a concern that I had.
Yeah. I mean, they're building 2 solar farms right now, right here. Isn't there gonna be 2, is it 2 or 1? East Hampton is going forward with 1 right now,
Yeah,
and Greenfield is going
Greenfield.
forward with 2, I think.
Yes.
and
Or is it verse versa?
I know that Smith School is doing something solar.
And Smith School also,
Yeah,
and I think it's important. I agree with you. I would like to see
Jackson Street School.
the wording so that we could utilize it for renewable energy. I mean, Christ, just the gas.
Well, you got another 20 years worth of operation
Sure.
of gas coming out of that landfill.
Yeah.
Quick comment?
Yeah, I think you will find sympathy in the community for a solar farm, probably leaf and yard waste. You might get some resistance from things that might generate a lot of smell. That might be a concern. So you might want to enumerate specifically, here are the things that we might want to do with this, and see specifically how the community reacts to those specific things. Because you're right, I don't think many people will oppose a solar farm.
Thank
on
you.
that.
Yes.
Where they did oppose it is East Hampton,
The
in
solar
one of
farm.
their dumps.
Yeah.
But they approved it in the other dumps.
Apparently some
It's a
people could look
neighborhood
down
thing.
on the,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start getting used to that because it's gonna start happening everywhere.
Oh, yeah, especially wind farms.
and then the other thing that it seems like might be worth putting out on the table, just the number is out there. That facility is worth, and we're still not sure exactly what the number is, but
I think it's about 8 to 12.
$8 to $12 million if we just sell the facility and let another company deal with it. One of the concerns, one of the cautionary concerns about developing the landfill on our own as far as expanding it was financial risk. You know, we build all that money and what if the trash doesn't come? Well, even if we say, okay, well that's a big problem, we'll sell it, you know, $6, $7, $8 million. And the city says, no, we don't want the money. Well, I think that should be on the table.
Yeah.
So people know, like, okay, fine, 8 million, we don't want it.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
It's, capital exclusions now are becoming big nationwide, not just in Massachusetts, where you generate a particular dollar amount of money through your tax rate in a single year. And if you need $5 million, you generate that $5 million in a single year in your tax rate, and they're doing it nationwide, and that's, so it'd be like a capital exclusion.
Yeah.
You know, you would generate $8 million.
Well, just, it seems like it's worth putting it out there.
Can you imagine the capital improvements you could do with an extra 8 million in capital improvements?
It's your roads.
Yeah.
To be fair, you'd have to also say, well, the solar farm is expected to generate this much electrical revenue and capitalize that. So it's not just a flat loss of $8 million. I mean, you can do some offsetting stuff if it's not a landfill with that land.
We've been a smaller scale, we've been through that with the cell tower.
All right, guys, well,
I
so
make a motion, we adjourn.
we've solved everything, I think, and, oh, so, well, what, so what do you think as far as Thursday night?
Well, I had a chance to read the summary that Ned put out in the email today, probably the only one. And I thought it read very nicely. It goes into a lot of the history, but then it makes the point that we think the wording runs the risk of preventing any solid waste activity, any activity at the site, and that's our concern. And it concludes that we don't think we need the amendment. And I gathered that was a sentiment that came out of the board meeting I missed, but I don't know that. Or whether this is just a position that Ned's floated out here for us to give some thought to. But either way, we need to be prepared to provide some commentary Thursday night.
That's not the impression I got from the board. I was trying to take a first draft of what I think you wanted to have it written.
Yeah.
And maybe I got it completely wrong.
I think the sentiment expressed in this summary is a good one. I mean, I'd support it, but
Should it be read? I mean, should we take the 10 minutes and you could stand up and read it? Or something.
Put your armor on.
or the chairman. It goes with the glory.
Yeah.
You missed that part. I don't have an opinion as to whether it should be submitted just in writing, verbally in writing. I think it should go in writing, definitely. It's a lot that would be missed if it was
I
just
think
read.
there's a lot missed if you don't get up and read it. There's a lot missed. It's handed to the chair and to take under consideration. It's given to the committee, but the general public doesn't get the gist of the letter. I think it needs to be read.
Well-
And I haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
so.
Well, the president of the council has offered us the time to do that. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I think we should.
And how long is the amendment, is it?
a couple pages.
Our commentary is 2 pages.
Yeah.
The amendment is
Okay.
tiny,
Yeah, that's a very short one.
3 lines.
Okay. I think it's a good idea, the reading, even if it is 2 pages. I don't think you get any pushback on the council, just my observation, that they're not looking to shut the city down up there.